We're going to dive in. We're going to talk about the 5-figure per month formula using video. Now, video, as you know, is my favorite. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not the best video marketer on the planet. I'm going to tell you something. But I tell you what, I'm consistent. Okay? There are some people that know a lot more about me. Daryl leaves, But the point is that I'm just consistent with video, and I use it in every part of my marketing. So what I want to do here today is I'm not going to give you the step-by-step, upload the video here, do this, do this. I want to paint a vision for you. Is that okay? Is that okay? Yeah. All right, cool. I want to give you a blueprint of what you need to focus on, the skills you need to develop. Because guys, do you realize that what we do, this is not some rinky-dink home-based business. I just want to make a few extra $100. You can make a few extra $100 if you want, but I'll tell you what, this will pay you multiple six figures and millions if you want it. Do you want that? Yes. Okay, so let's dig in. So who wants to make 5 figures per month? Okay, that was pretty weak, I'm gonna be real. I'm looking for some serious, I know guys, I know we just had lunch and everything, but do you want to make 5 figures per month? Yeah! All right, much better, all right. So it comes down to this. What does MLSP talk about? Build, engage, sell. This is my business right here. MLSP nailed it when they put this together because that's essentially what I do. You know, it's interesting, I went to a high-level mastermind, this was a couple years ago, as a part of Ray Higdon's mastermind program, and I'm in this room and there's like 35 other people, top earners, top online marketers, top network marketers, and in the room, we had this pad of paper, and the pad of paper was, what do you do on a daily basis? Okay? And the things they listed on this paper was like, connect with a few people a day, do a hangout, do a video, create some content. I mean, does any of that sound hard? I mean, but what's interesting is when you found out and you really dug deep into what did these people do, it was just consistent action over and over and over and over. I've told you guys some of this, but it's not like I wake up in the morning and go, woohoo, I'm gonna create a video today. I don't do that. I'm so excited to put a video up. I don't do that. But I'm so happy, I know what video does for my business, so I continue to do it, okay? So you gotta understand, video is a crucial part today of what we do online. I would go as far as to say it's an absolute must, okay? Because if you wanna build, engage, sell, I'm gonna lay out something for you, really, where maybe you may not get to the end point until a couple years from now. But my hope is to at least give you that vision so you can continue to do that. So here's the formula, and it is L plus E equals W equals M5, okay? And I'm gonna explain this here in just a second. So this formula, as far as I'm concerned, is the 5-figure per month blueprint, and it includes video, all right? Now here it is. Leads plus engagement plus webinars equals multiple 5 figures. Leads plus engagement plus webinars equals multiple 5 figures. Now, we've seen it over this weekend, and a lot of people have talked about it, okay? You don't have to have a ton of leads to have an engaged audience, okay? It's just not necessary. If you had 100 people who love everything that you say, and they trust you, but they buy everything you suggest, how would you like that? Be pretty awesome, right? What if you had an email list of 100,000 people and barely anybody listened to what you say? Sounds great. My list is 100,000 people. I got 100,000 followers on Twitter, even though when I tweet, nobody clicks anything, It sounds great, sounds sexy, but it all comes down to you can't have one without the other as far as I'm concerned. Leads without engagement are useless, okay? So this is the formula. And this is what I want to lead you down. So why video? I think we all understand why video is important, right? How many of you are here and you signed up in MLSP because you saw a video of somebody talking about it? okay? All right, so not everybody. How many of you signed up with no video? Okay, so interesting. So after you, yeah, it pretty much kills my presentation. I'll see you guys later. So, I'll see you guys. No. But here's the reality, okay? Let's bring it back, Mark, bring it back. Video is so important. What we do is really relational. Everything's relational. I thought that was so cool what Pat Flynn was sharing about how when people signed up, they got a personalized video. Didn't you think that was cool? It's pretty wild. And I remember I signed up for something not too long ago, and about 3 days later, I got a personalized video. And I was like, that's cool. You know, I just thought that was really neat that I got that. And it's because it's relational. What we do is relational, so people need a way to connect with you. And some of the best leads on the planet are people that see you and choose to opt in, or they choose to join ManyChat, or they choose to give you a way to communicate with them better. It's the best type of lead that you can get. So I know that there's many of you, probably in this room, that have never done a video. Okay, I've talked to a couple of you. And here's the thing that I wanna tell you, okay? Part of the reason people don't do videos is because we're afraid. We're afraid. What are we afraid of? We're afraid that people will laugh at us. What are some other ones? It's gonna sound weird. They'll pick on you. No one will watch. I'm gonna sound silly. Okay? These are the things that hold us back. But do you realize what we're saying? We're allowing other people to control our reality. We're allowing other people to control the direction of our life. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. When you put yourself out there, you will get criticism. Okay? I've had people tell me, why do you tell people that? Because if I don't, when it happens, you're not going to expect it. Okay, I have a course, one of my courses that I put together on video. One of my videos is called Inoculating You from Rejection. And it's like I'm showing you on the screen some of the worst comments I've ever gotten on video. But what I've learned over the years is that the more I got those comments, the easier it was just to say delete. Jesus loves me, that's all I care about, you know? And I've really learned to not let these haters affect me. So you have to, and the only way you get over that is to do it. Just do a video. Do a video and send it to somebody that you trust, okay? Send it to somebody. If you're so scared, do a video and send it to nobody. Just do it. And then do another one and send it to nobody. And do another one and send it to nobody. And guess what happens? You're gonna start going, this really isn't so bad. Now, create a video and send it to somebody. That'll help you get over your fear. Because I'm telling you, it's just a matter of stepping through. You step through, and guess what? You realize it's not so bad on the other side. This is actually pretty good. But when you do get that negative comment, and trust me, it will come, boy, you're ugly. Boy, you're fat. You know, what's that wart on your nose? Whatever. People are going to say that because people are cruel, okay? Just understand that. But there's nobody that's ever gone on to create or have a movement that didn't have their lovers and their haters, right? There are people out there, I could name hundreds of them, who people loved the vision they had, and there's people that hated the vision they had. But you know what? If you want to have an impact, you got to be willing to put yourself out there. So that's enough on that, okay? So video is not just for lead generation. It is to be used all throughout, okay, this process. We talk about lead generation. What are some of the great ways that you can generate leads with video, okay? We can get Facebook Lives. How many of you do Facebook Lives here? A lot of you, okay? We've got Facebook video ads. I love Facebook video ads. That's another great way to do it. You got YouTube. How many of you like YouTube? Yeah? Isn't Daryl Eves amazing? That was great. That was great. Twitter video, yes, Twitter video. You can put videos out on Twitter, okay? And ManyChat video. Did you know you can do video on ManyChat? So how many of you are doing ManyChat? Some of you? So one of the cool things is you can, I guess I didn't put it in there, okay. But with ManyChat, you can stick a video in there and send out a very small video file, and it shows up right in people's Messenger. And I love to do that every once in a while. It breaks the normal text. People get a quick little video. You got to keep them short, under 25 megabytes, but it's a great way to get in there and get in people's most intimate place, which is Messenger. So pretty awesome. So here's the thing when it comes to lead generation, okay? I could come up here and I could tell you all the different ways that you can get leads with video. But I've done this training and it's in the back office for you. But here's the thing. Choose one. Just choose one. You know, don't feel like you've got to, there's so much great training here this weekend. There's so much great training in the back office. But the biggest problem most people have, and I shared this on Friday at the Mastermind, was the biggest strength MLSP has is all the diverse training and all the things, but it's like, MLSP is like a buffet, okay? It literally is. You go in, but when you go into a buffet, do you go in there and literally put everything on your plate? There's always one. But yeah, some of the guys are like, oh yeah, I do, you know? And, but you know, the truth is that most people don't put everything from the buffet on their plate. It's a little bit of, ooh, yeah, I like that one. And, ooh, that looks good, you know? And we put just a little bit of what looks good. MLSP is like that. Choose one. I like to say choose one free strategy and one paid strategy and learn them, okay? I don't need to tell you how to generate leads. You've got all that training. You know what to do. I had somebody come up to me this weekend and said, Mark, what do I do? What do I, you know, what steps do I need to take? And I said, you know what steps you need to take. I said, don't you? Yeah. I said, you don't need me to tell you what to do. You know what to do. You just got to do it. And that's most of the problem with most of us. We spend too much time analyzing. We spend too much trying to figure it out. Well, you know, I want to make sure I do it right. Can I share a little something with you of why we always want to get things right? Most of us come from an employee background, yeah? All of us at one point pretty much had a job. Was anybody here born an entrepreneur? You just been an entrepreneur your whole life? Yeah, is there any? I don't see anybody, okay. So we've all had a job. I came from a highly technical career. I was an air conditioning technician. I worked on industrial equipment, okay? This is $1 million pieces of equipment. One of the stories I like to say is I used to have an account. It was at the San Diego Aquarium, okay? We're talking millions of dollars of exotic fish from the ocean, okay? And you had about a 4-degree window that water had to be kept in or fish would start dying. No pressure, you know? So making mistakes was not really an option, you know? And many of us come from careers like that. Any accountants in the room? You know? Okay, so no accountants. Little nuances could make all the difference. If you're an accountant, one little number off could throw the whole thing. You see? So it's imperative that we get things right in our careers because guess what? If we make too many mistakes, what happens? That's not how it works here. You see? For us, we can make the mistakes. And guess what? Nobody's going to fire you because you're the boss. So you can make mistakes here along the way. It's okay. And guess what? You're going to have somebody there that says, you know what? It's okay. Just keep going. Believe me, I've made many mistakes in my online marketing career. So choose one. Just learn it. Buy every course you possibly can to learn that strategy. Get the free training in the back office. If there's something else, get it. Study it. Put it into action. Learn everything you can, and don't stop till you get results when it comes to lead generation, okay? And that's all I have to say about that. All right, so let's talk about engagement. I love Forrest Gump. That's a great movie. So engagement, this is a huge one. So once you generate leads, and I'm giving you my multiple 5-figure per month blueprint. This is what I do every day, every week, nonstop, over and over and over again. I'm simplifying this whole process for you so you can see, okay? Engagement. Create a video. Engage your audience. I create a video or a blog post at very minimum at least once a week, and I email it out to my list. Any of you guys on my list that see my content on a regular basis? I always send something out. Sometimes you don't know, but I find an old blog post that nobody commented on, and I'm like, I don't feel like doing any content this week because I've done so much. I'm going to send an old blog post out. No matter what, I always try to get some content that's relevant and it is good with my audience. So I'll create a video and send it out. This is a way to engage. You're educating. So like this particular video, I talked about some strategies that helped me sign up over 1,200 people personally. Okay? That's engaging. People get it. They're getting a little snippet of information that says, wow, that's some really good stuff. Even if they get one little nugget from it, it's creating rapport. You see what I'm saying? It's not enough just to generate leads, throw them on a list, never send them an email, and they'll go, why aren't I getting any sales? I'm not getting any sales. Nobody buys anything. Well, it's because you're not engaging them. You see? You engage through content. Here's another, this is my blog. Just put out this blog on Friday, okay? 7 leadership qualities that are super attractive to your prospects. And if you look on the right, these are all the comments that I got on that blog post. Engaging my leads. I sent it out to my list. I sent it out to my ManyChat list. See what I'm doing? Engaging. Keeping them engaged. Keeping content in front of them. Stuff that, where they say, wow, I like this Mark guy. So what happens is, over time, you're building rapport. You're building relationship with those subscribers. You understand? This is what content does. So content can serve as it's a 2-part process. You can create content that also generates leads, but you're creating content at the same way that can be used to engage existing leads. Make sense? So all of this kind of puts in a big bowl and it like mashes together. And make sense? Yeah? All right, cool. So, and you guys have your own blogs with MLSP sites, right? How often do you use it? That's the question. If you just have to start doing one piece of content a week, okay? One piece of content, just do that. Just start with one. Do it good. And if you feel like you can do more, do more. But at least just do some content, okay? Some people do content every day. Oh, man, I tried to do that, and it's hard, It's difficult. I get it. We're all busy. But you can do it. You can do it. All right, so yeah, here it is. This is my ManyChat video. Another way. This is another way. I did a webinar to engage my audience prior to. Guess what I did? Send out a video. And all the comments I get back are great. Some people go, man, you're just such a nice guy. But here's the reality. I'm just being me. I'm not trying to pretend to be the nice guy. I think I am a nice guy. I'm just being myself. And people appreciate that. So be you. Don't try to be Brian Finale. I tried to be Brian Finale for a long time. Did you know that? Seriously. Like, hey guys, it's Brian Finale, and it didn't work. Nobody can mimic Brian Finale's energy. You know what I mean? It's impossible. But I realized, this is way back when I first started in MLSP, because, I've said this before, some of you guys may have heard me, but, Brian Finale was like, I still get a little starstruck when I'm around Brian. He's like one of my best friends. He's just a great guy. But I watched him for a long time on video. He was like a mad video marketer, He would teach everybody to like just shotgun videos all over the internet, man. I was like, what, He'd use software and he'd turn one video into 50 and like just get them all over the internet. And Brian, he was just like a crazy video marketer. And so I found myself trying to be like him, and it just didn't work. And so I had to step into my own, personality and just let myself show, because people appreciate that. There's some of you in this room, they may not jive with me. That's cool. I'm okay with that. But guess what? You may jive with the Gets. You may jive with somebody else. Your goal is not to attract everybody. You understand? You want to attract the right people to you. You don't need everybody to have a successful business. You're just looking for the right ones they dig you, they think you're cool, and they want to connect with you. So this is such a great way. If you're doing ManyChat, I challenge you to do a short little video, 2 to 3 minutes, put some value and send it out to your ManyChat list. I don't care if you have 10. Do it. This is such a great way to engage people. So as I said, use video all throughout. You can use it to generate leads. You use it to nurture. Very simple. Okay, so I generate leads. Let me just recap real quick. I generate leads. I use video. In many instances, sometimes I don't even use video, but then I have video when they visit my blog. I'm using video for everything, okay? Very simple. Is that anything difficult there? Not hard, okay? And I got a free gift for you at the end, so hang tight. So let's talk about webinars. So the 3 areas that we talked about: build, engage, sell. Now, obviously, I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do webinars. We have training on that. But I will tell you, the most highly leveraged activity that you can do is webinars. It's webinars. The most I've made on one webinar is over $44,000 on one webinar. What? One webinar. That was one evening. Yeah, that was a fun night, let me tell you. You know, it's like email, bing, 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 bing. You're like, oh man, who needs drugs, you know? It's like, just, you know, and I mean, but it's the most leveraged activity. Think about this. How many of you are in network marketing? You ever notice that the ones making all the money are the ones presenting? It's true. It's the one up in the front. It's the guy drawing the circles. It's the one doing the presenting. So my goal for you, to paint a vision for you, is that you start doing webinars. Maybe you don't see yourself doing that right now, but that's okay. I want you to get that little bit of a vision. We've got a great thing that MLSP put together to connect with Zoom. You should sign up for that. I highly encourage you to sign up for that. Every one of my clients, and I only have a few coaching clients. I don't take on too many people, but every time I sit with a coaching client, the first thing I tell them is, here's the process. And my goal by the end of this year is to have you doing webinars. Well, Mark, what if I do a webinar and nobody shows up? That's a good thing, because you're going to suck at first. I'm just telling you. Okay? That's just reality. Like, people are like, nobody showed up on my webinar. I'm like, that's a good thing. You should be happy. Because, you know, well, it's funny. I had a client one time, and he did a webinar, and he promoted it, and he think he had, like, I don't know, 8 people signed up for it. And actually, like, a couple people showed up, and he writes me afterwards, he said, the webinar went great until I realized I forgot to show my screen. So he did the whole webinar and didn't even show his screen. And it's because of the nervousness, you know, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, this is my first webinar. And so your first webinars, you don't want to, like, this is all about getting better. You know, do you think Michael Jordan became like one of the best basketball players ever by, like, he just woke up and he's like, bling, you know, and he just, like, all of a sudden, and he comes out of the mother's womb and he's like dunking, you know? That doesn't happen. It's years and years of practice, and I'm not suggesting it's going to take you years to do this, but this is the online marketer's pinnacle of scaling, is webinars. Ask the gets. Seriously, ask them. Ask them what's happened to them in their business over the last 4 or 5 months because of webinars. Ask anybody that does webinars. Ask Brian Finale. You know, I don't know, like $20 million in sales because of webinars. So I want to paint that vision for you to get to that point, because that is how you hit 5 figures and multiple 5 figures, and you can literally write a paycheck. You know what? I want to buy a brand new car, but I really don't want to take a loan out. I'm going to make an offer and do a webinar. Now think about that for a second. I don't want to get a loan. I want to pay for it cash. Let's do a webinar. 20 grand. Cha-ching. I'm going to go buy that car cash. Seriously, you can write your own paycheck with webinars. That's how effective they are. So, again, I'm not going to go into all the details of it, but I want you to really paint that picture. So we talked about that, but this is an MLSP funnelizer page. Look at this. This is one of my courses I created last year through webinars of my own promotion, really. I've done a few minor JVs, $98,000 in the last year on this one course. That was with an MLSP funnelizer page that you all have access to, okay? Here's another one of my courses, $382,000. And that's actually, that doesn't even include all the upsells. That's just that one course. So that, and upsells on it's probably another $150,000 on top of that. But I don't show you this to impress you and brag about myself. That's not why I do this. I honestly, I'm not real big on like, hey, look at me, you know, look at, you know, sticking in my pocket. But I realize that sometimes in order to like get the belief factor, you got to show some of this sometimes. But, you know, know that webinars creates freedom for me, you know, and I know that it can do the same for you, and I want that for you. I mean, to me, when I got into this industry, what was the elusive goal that everybody has first? I want to make $10,000 a month. Like, to us, that was like, whoa, 10,000. You know, that's like the ultimate. Now I'm like, that's a low month. Seriously, you know, when you get to that point when you're like, 10,000, what happened this month? You know what I mean? What the heck happened? I get my business manager on the phone, I'm like, dude, what's going on? You know? So the point is that when your mind gets expanded to the possibility of something, I mean, think about it. What Diane did blazed a trail for L7, and Todd and Leah crushed it. But it took somebody to do it first to and to show that it was possible, right? And that's what happens. And I just want to show you this because it's possible for you. And you can do this with MLSP. You can do it with products in MLSP. There's pure profit products. I want to talk with Brian more to really beef up that pure profit product library so you can do webinars and make pure profit, 90%, 95% profit on those products, and do webinars, guys. This is what will set you free. I'm not kidding. When you learn the skill of presenting, you will crush it. But this is why when I follow that lead generation, engage them, convert. Build, engage, sell. Here's another way I integrate video, webinar registration or thank you page. They get registered, and guess what? I have a video there. So I integrate, they see my face, I build rapport before they even get on the webinar. So every step of the way, I'm using video. It's not just for lead gen, it's for everything throughout your whole business. So again, the formula, lead generation plus engagement plus webinars equals multiple 5 figures. Is that pretty simple? Now here's the thing. I'm telling you this because these are the areas you must focus on. Get lead generation down. Pick a strategy. Go for it. Learn everything you can. Engage that audience. Create content. Send it out to them on a regular basis. And then learn to present and sell stuff to them that benefits them and makes their life better. It's really not a difficult formula, but there's a lot of skill sets inside of that you want to focus on. So this is a broad view, but I want to give you that simplistic idea so that you can pursue that, okay? So again, 3 skills to develop: lead generation, engagement, monetization. These are the 3. I tell all my clients, these are what you focus on. This is where your whole business is wrapped up right here. So there's skill sets within each one of them, but I'm telling you, you master this, you will be making multiple 5 figures in your business without fail, over and over and over every single month, okay? So I got a free gift for you. There's no opt-in, but this is a part of my No Fear Video Marketing System course. I want to give it to you. It's the 101 hot video ideas. You don't have to opt in for it. You can download it, but essentially, a lot of people don't know what to talk about on videos. Well, I just took your excuse away. So that is that. You can download it. And I believe it's in the back office as well, but I wanted to make sure you got it, okay? So guys, was that a simple formula for you? Okay? Nothing too hard. Put the focus there. I love you guys. Thank you very much.